Hey, hey, weavers of light, welcome in. I hope that you're all doing well. So, as an airbender, we are associated with an elemental energy that is fluid, adaptable, and sensitive to subtle changes. The element of air is not confined and moves freely, flowing in and out, touching everything around it without clinging. Air can be gentle or fierce, but always in constant motion. This, in fact, mirrors our emotional and energetic sensitivity because we are attuned to the vibrations of those around us, to our environments, and to the unseen currents that move through the world. However, feeling deeply can oftentimes overwhelm the body and mind, creating a sense of instability or fear of being consumed by emotions. And so the excuse or feeling of feeling too much often masks a deeper truth, and that is that there is an underlying fear of what it might mean to fully open up and to let that energy flow without resistance. This fear of feeling too much might stem from a past experience of being overwhelmed by emotions or energies, or perhaps from others' pain, the intensity of the world's suffering, or the intensity of our own internal world. We could even have learned with whether consciously or unconsciously that if we let ourselves feel fully, that we might lose control or we might be overwhelmed, and that doesn't always feel safe. It's almost like holding onto a piece of ourselves because in letting go there is an inherent vulnerability. How true is that, right? And yet, it is this very fear that keeps us in a state of inner conflict. And by resisting or avoiding feeling fully, we create a split within ourselves. The river of energy within us gets dammed, restricted, or diverted into smaller channels rather than flowing freely. In doing so, we might feel disjointed or disconnected from our own emotional truth, or feel like we are perpetually walking a tightrope between safety and the unknown. As an airbender, our role is to be open, flexible, and attuned to the currents of energy that move through us and the world around us. For the air element teaches us about lightness, expansion, and the freedom of letting go. To rise to our power as an airbender means to embrace the fullness of our sensitivity without restriction or fear. It is not about avoiding what we feel, but rather trusting that we have the capacity to move with and not against it. When the air is still, it can oftentimes feel heavy and stagnant. But when it is allowed to flow, it brings clarity, movement, and balance. Similarly, when we allow our emotions, our energy, and our sensitivities to flow freely through us, we create space for a deeper connection to our own truth. In doing so, the internal conflict fades away. To open ourselves fully to the river may feel unsafe at first because it demands full acceptance, right? Not just of our sensitivity, but of the full range of experiences and emotions that come with being alive. The key is realizing that feeling intensely doesn't mean losing yourself. Rather, it means that we are becoming more integrated, more whole. By opening ourselves to the completeness of the river inside us, we allow for the flow of life to come through us without obstruction. Our sensitivity becomes a tool for deeper connection and not something to fear. In doing so, the internal conflict, the tension between shrinking and expanding will dissolve, and we will find balance in the flow itself. In this way, the element of air asks us to not escape from our emotions or the world around us, but rather to dance with it, to rise to our power, surrendering to the flow, trusting that feeling too much is not a danger, but rather a profound strength. From my heart song to yours, I send you peace, love, and light. Namaste.